welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. I just want to say welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your friendship. Thank you for being a part of this soul family that we are growing here, and for your support of each other, especially in the comment section, and for everyone who has reached out to me on Etsy or on Instagram. I truly appreciate you, and thank you so much for spending some of your precious time here on this channel. If you are finding yourself here on this channel for the very first time, we want to welcome you to this space. Please join us, grab yourself a cup of tea and some snacks, and we'll have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather here together. So today we're doing a no contact reading. How does the person on your mind truly feel about you right this moment? So what are their true feelings for you? We have 3 piles for you to choose from today. Pile number 1 with the black egg and the little bumblebee. Pile number 2 with the horse card and the butterfly charm. And pile number 3 with the rabbit energy and the ladybug. I couldn't remember the name. Ladybug. Whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today from Spirit. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, we're asking about someone on your mind. What are their true feelings for you right this moment? Pile number 1. Hello everybody, in pile number 1, you were drawn to the little bumblebee or to the black egg card, and this is your reading. Their true feelings for you revealed. This can be a no contact situation that you find yourselves in. We're going to start here with the black egg and the bumblebee. Now the bumblebee is always a symbol for me of self-sacrifice and putting in a lot of effort perhaps towards other people's goals, because it's often, you know, a part of a larger system of things that are going on. And it is being coupled here with the black egg, which is a symbol of potential, but there's a fear that it may have reached its expiry point, this potential. Now what I like about the black egg though is that it looks like it can be expanded upon. It's like we're not 100% sure if there's no potential or not, but we're making perhaps an assumption about it, and we're really surrendering to how things are right this moment. So let's take a look here and see what your tarot has to say about this person and about their true feelings towards you. How are they truly feeling right this moment, please, for pile number 1? How do they truly feel for pile number 1? So we already have a lot going on here. Ace of Wands, the Knight of Swords. There is a definite thought that goes into you, and the Knight of Swords really wants to charge in to create change, to sort of fuel the spark. But what's lacking here, and I'm going to pair those together because they fell out together, so let's pair them together, because what's lacking here is the earth element to keep that flame going. And sometimes we fear the consequences, the practical consequences to rushing in with our truth. So we don't put we don't apply the earth element or the practical steps towards these inspirations or these thoughts that we have towards what we want. Here is the King of Cups. And we're already getting into a very heavy message when the King of Cups shows up so quickly, because the truth, the truth that embodies that spark is the love that exists. And we're not dealing with the page, we're not dealing with the knight, we're dealing with the king. It's top tier. This is someone who has made a decision about how they feel about you. And I think that this is an emotional person too, potentially, because as I was saying that, I kept looking at the egg and I just watched this expansion of like a welling of emotion hitting me. It's like, I don't want to let it go, but logic sometimes tells me that I should. And I use logic very loosely in this type of interpretation because it's not actually logic. It's the fear of those practical steps. And again, there's nothing here. There's no practical elements so far that would suggest that I am going to make practical steps towards change here. And there's the moon. So a lot of water coming in. We have a lot of Scorpio energy on the board now. And it's the uncertainty of what lies beyond these pillars that really bothers this person so much. This is another reflection tool card though, so it really adds to the message of the constant thought that goes into this. But it is spiced with a little bit of sadness. And I can't deny that. There's fear associated with what lies beyond. I almost feel like a depression coming in. We have the Four of Wands. But, you know, just like every, you know, glass that we have can either be seen as half full or half empty. Here's another version of the pillars. Here's those pillars, the unknown that looks so insecure. And on the other side of this is the Four of Wands, which is this pillar and this new gateway towards celebration and reasons to celebrate. So this is why they're teetering between where they're sitting in life and where they want to be. Because I feel like they could be sitting in a place that they're not exactly emotionally fulfilled by, but that it makes sense to them to stay in that placement at this moment in time. We have the Page of Pentacles, because it feels like if they were to sort of face the unknowns, face their fears, put the effort in towards this gateway towards you, it's like they would have to loosen up all their pockets and get rid of everything that is sort of weighing them down for the journey. Because the Page of Pentacles wants to travel light. Wants to travel light. So they could feel that they've built up a lot over the course of time, perhaps in a disconnect with you. They put a lot of effort. It's almost like they've become experts in living this life that they're in right now. They've become experts at that. And entering into the unknown with you would mean sort of throwing that all away. And they say throwing that all away, but Spirit doesn't see it like that. They don't see things that we walk away from as being an experience that negates everything that we've experienced there. They don't like that we move away from the past with such a disdain for what we've learned. They want us to feel confident in what we've learned and move confidently into the future because of what we've experienced. But in this case, this person is saying I would be sacrificing quite a bit. I feel like this person perhaps lives very far from you as well, because they want to travel with you, specifically to get to you, to express themselves. And I feel like there's something about this person where the potential was never realized ever. It doesn't feel like this is an ex. It feels like it should have been an ex, but it's not. And all of that pressure, those passionate ideas that they had towards you have just been stacked up, creating a pressure under the surface that wants to really erupt. And here's the Two of Cups. But it's being paired with the Four of Pentacles. And this is what they've sort of invested their time in. And this could be a myriad of things, because I'm dealing with collective energy. So please take it as it resonates to your situation. This could be another foundation. Full stop. It could be a marriage. It could be something they've built up with a family over time. This could even be their career, if that's been their main focus. But there's been something that stops them from executing change towards you, and they feel very intently towards you. The King of Cups is being paired with the Two of Cups. That's soulmate energy. That's a connection that defies reason sometimes emotionally. Two people who feel very much the same. It's like two deer caught in the headlights, it almost feels like, being very sort of in the same mindset when it comes to what we want. But then it's right in the center here, it's being stopped by this Four of Pentacles. By my insecurity, by my fear of something that I've built up in a practical sense. It feels like that I've built something up in a practical sense here. How are they truly feeling, please? Ace of Pentacles. It's being paired with the Ten of Cups and the Temperance. It's like it took them time to realize what they had left behind. It took them time to come to all of these epiphanies about you. And there's this realization, again, about this new opportunity that we'd have to start back at square one, coming from the Four all the way back at square one to enter into this gateway. But there's this beautiful nature of what could be waiting for us on the other side of that, this Ten of Cups. On the other side of that bold leap. And you can see rabbits. This could be somebody who is a parent, because I do get a lot of fatherly vibes sometimes from the King of Cups. This could be a parent, and that could be one of the reasons why there's this need for patience. It's like I have to see something through before I come towards you. We have the Fool and we have the Tower. Back of the deck is the Nine of Cups. And we have the Death card. And we have the Knight of Cups. Oh. You know, Nine of Cups as back of deck energy is rife with so much emotion. Rife with so much emotion, because it's somebody who emotionally is so connected to you, emotionally has all of their sort of happiness, their expectations towards fulfillment in your basket. That it's like they feel like it's impossible for them to be satisfied in any other way or in any other connection, perhaps. But then we have the Death card. Some of their hope has lost them a little bit because they fear what lies beyond the shift, the change, what lies beyond them revealing to themselves and to the world about how they truly feel here. They fear making the journey. And because they fear making the journey, there really does seem to be a self-fulfilling prophecy to their expectation of it being past its expiry date. The potential that lies here is still there, but when they refuse to sort of act within it because of fear of leaping into unknowns because of the unknowns that exist there. And again, the Tower can represent something physical, falling down, breaking down. And there is a lot of fear associated with it crumbling, because major change it's scary. It's scary for us as spiritual beings who are having this human experience. It's scary for us. But on the other side of that, eventually the dust would settle, the smoke would clear, and we're left with clarity. We're left with a strong foundation to build upon. But that's what they're unwilling to do. And they're calling it self-sacrifice. They're saying, I'm doing this for other people. But Spirit's here to say it has little to do with that at the end of the day, and more to do with the fear of being emotionally vulnerable. It's easier to sacrifice how I feel and what I'm feeling than it is to act. And they have sort of convinced themselves sometimes that the ship has sailed, because it's easier to convince themselves of that than it is to act upon the truth. Because there's different versions of the truth. How are they truly feeling? It says, give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. And then it says, new love, a new person has stirred your romantic relationships or romantic feelings. They both came out reversed. I do feel like there are other people now currently involved with your person, and potentially with you as well. But as much as there is something new, they're still very intently focused upon this connection emotionally. It's like they've tried to give it over to the angels, but emotionally they're still very intent here. They do feel like enough time has gone by that you wouldn't recognize the person that they are, though, perhaps. We have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. And I feel like they never revealed themselves to you back then, like in the past. That was the moment that they should have been revealing themselves, and they didn't. And so now there's still that version of themselves from way back then that wants to be known, but they've also evolved from that state. So there's this huge gap of information between the two of you. I'm going to use the Cottage Divine Masculine Oracle. How do they truly feel right this moment, please, for pile number 1? Has too much time passed? And that may be another sort of reason they tally up reasons why they shouldn't act or can't act, or why they give themselves the reason why it's impossible, because they say it's too long, too much time has passed. But I dream about a second chance with you. You send to me mixed signals, and I feel like that was in the past of this connection. They feel like there was a lot of flirtation, a lot of cat and mouse game that happened between the two of you. And you drove me crazy back then. You still drive them crazy to this day. It's like nothing's changed for me. I'm trying to become a better person. And they do really care about other people thinking that they have integrity. This person wants to be seen as someone who has integrity. I don't know how to fix things without creating a lot of havoc and worries and dangers upon myself. How do they truly feel? No one compares. It's kind of hard to see, but no one compares. I'm dreaming of you. And that's the second dream card that's come out for you. So I do feel like you are in this person's dream realm quite a bit. I don't think I can do this anymore. And you know, that King of Cups, like I said, he's the most emotional. Sometimes those waves of emotion knock him off his throne for a moment. I'm making plans, but I need time. And the back of the deck says, you do not know what you do to me. And mostly because they never shared that with you in the first place. They should have shared it with you. Let's get a couple of these round cards. How are they currently feeling? What are their true feelings right now for pile number 1? We have here getting together with friends, the dogs. I do feel like this started out in a very flirtatious friend zone for the two of you, and maintained that. I think it was their ego really that stopped them from being able to express themselves to you in the past. We have Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. And that could be where they're sitting right this moment. The rooster is sort of the head of the household, right? The head of the hen house, protective, a protective force, really sacrificing its own safety for the good of other people. So there could be another hen in the hen house. There could be children as well. We have Apple. You are a temptation that still tests. They're still really, really hungry for more here. And the back of the deck says broken bridge. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem. And that's what they think, that this bridge is broken. They worry that it's past its expiry and they're just going to be wanting forever. But it's their refusal to see the necessary required actions to keep that flame fueled, and to see their wants manifested through those actions. So they're sort of their worst enemy when it comes to the future of this connection. Let's get a charm bowl for you, please. Will this person make contact? We're going to ask that question of the bowl today for you. Pile 1, will they make contact in the future of this connection? I missed the bowl. We have the 3 of Cups reversed. They think it's pretty one-sided, and they don't feel like they have a lot of support when it comes to the desire even for reunions in this case. But they are sort of, that idea is being bred from their own fears and insecurities. And if they were to sort of really listen to their higher self, listen to their inspiration, they would see that that's not the case. But they are the idea of reconciliation is being fueled by this lack of support idea. And the 3 of Cups reversed is like, you know, a reunion that isn't, at least for the foreseeable future. We do have the 8 of Wands, though. We have the 8 of Wands over here in your reading in the future position. For someone watching, you could have communication that comes in, and it could end up being pretty fiery communication. But for most, I feel like action is required to get us to this state. So a recognition that all is not lost is actually required to get us to the point of contact. In the charm bowl today, we have the Forever ring puzzle piece. It says forever. The other one says friends. Again, a very strong friendship vibe here. Half of the yin yang. Almost like best friends, it feels like. Best friends that held a secret from each other, and that secret has maintained because of insecurity, because of fear. It's also a sexual energy too with the skull and crossbones. We have make, and then it was covering up this Ace of Wands. We have, and that's exactly what Spirit says. In order to fuel the flame, we need not only the element of air, but also practical steps. We need the element of the earth to keep that fuel going, or to keep the fire fueled. We have the leaf of change as well. And we also have a little kitty cat, which is Leo energy, or claiming your independence. All right, pile number 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to be a part of our beautiful soul family here and subscribe to the channel. And if you do, be sure to hit your notification bell and drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Instagram, and I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below as well. But I hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello everybody. In pile number 2, you were drawn to the butterfly charm and to the horse card, and this is your reading. How does the person on your mind truly feel about you right this moment? We're starting here with the transformation of the butterfly, and we have the horse. And the horse is a symbol of endurance, of strength, And there's a wisdom about this horse. You can even see there's a bunch of braids plaited through the mane here. And there's a sense of like an inner wisdom about the horse as well. It carries us through. And so there's a real sense of inner transformation that has happened, or inner reflection that has happened with this person when it comes to you and their feelings for you as well. So let's start there. Today we're going to use, I think it's called the Muse Tarot. It actually might be called something different, but I'll look into it in a moment. But what are their true feelings for you right this moment, please? Pile number 2. So we are starting with a heavy hitter. We're starting with the Tower energy. And this is really talking about chaos, conflict, turbulence, waves of emotion that have hit this person, and they've endured it because it's coming out first, which means it's a past energy. It's like they've overcome the initial pain that's associated with the loss here. So they've endured it with the horse energy, with the Tower. It's also talking about the epiphanies that have come in because of these moments, because of you. What are their true feelings, please? And here's the King of Wands. They feel like they have grown stronger, more aware because of this connection in some way. So even, here's the Seven of Pentacles, even if this has been a long-standing no contact situation and you would perhaps minimize your effect or your ability to influence this person's coming over the top and saying, you've influenced me so much because you've forced me to have to draw upon my inner wisdom. It's like I'm forced to. And you can see right in the center of this log, it's a log that looks like it was broken off long ago. It looks like an old tree, but this bolt of lightning has reignited this flame. And here's the King of Wands. It's like it took me some time to recognize this connection for what it was. Here's the Eight of Pentacles, but now they can't unsee it. We have the Five of Swords. And there's a real sense of desire here, but having to sort of wait for some reason. We have the Innocence of Swords. I do feel like this person could be watching you at this point. And I sometimes get flack for that in my comment section when I talk about the Page of Swords being a watcher. He is a watcher of the deck, but he's also someone who educates himself because of what he views and what he's experienced. He's the student of the deck as well. And so this person has gained a lot of wisdom and epiphanies about their feelings for you. And some of these epiphanies are pure fire. Like, I can't deny and say that they aren't hungry for more with you when it comes to something physical, because they are. Now here, the seed that you planted in them long ago has only multiplied in their desire for you. And that's what we're really seeing here. But there's the Five of Swords. You can see here it's a shark. And there's something very cold and heartless about a shark sometimes, but it's also very focused on their prey. But it's like they're choosing to stay behind. They're making the choice. Or to not reveal themselves to you for some reason. And it could be because of your position or their position that you've both fed energy and time into. So it's like a respect situation. Because even the Six of Pentacles is talking about how you both might be on this exact same page. These two energies of just like chasing each other around in circles. And that may have been what sort of led the two of you to the disconnect in the first place. Chasing each other around in circles. No one, and to the point where all of the potential sort of started to wane. We have the Three of Cups. This could have been a friendship situation too that should have evolved into more of a physical union and didn't. And it was because this person was fearful of being bold and fearful of taking the lead in that situation. But they've evolved to the point where they've sort of prepared themselves for that now. And now it's like there are practical things that get in the way that won't allow it. And they are claiming, and this may not be for everyone, but they're claiming that the practical restrictions might be coming from the feminine here. because there's like a sense of them waiting for you to create change. It's like, I've already completed the transformation, but you can see here this Queen of Swords, she's adorned with all of these butterflies too. So it's like they're waiting for this revelation for you to rise you out of your situation so that you see the spiritual truths. Here is the Heart of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. And again, they're saying the Divine Feminine is the one who's stuck in some type of practical realm that doesn't allow movement. And out of respect for that, they're not happy about it. That's the thing. They're focused and they're not happy about maintaining their distance. But they're doing it out of perhaps respect for you, respect for your responsibilities, respect for your placement. And there is a sense of them sort of waiting for you. It's like they're enduring it. They're waiting. They're holding on because they see where this should have led. Two hearts linked as one, beating for one another. And that should have, it's like we chased each other around in the past, and we chased each other around, and it's like we were too fearful of stopping for a moment, looking at each other in the eyes and saying, this is my truth. And this sort of restriction, or this refusal to surrender to the flow of this connection in the past, has set you both on a course of a different sort of karmic pathway. And you may find yourself, if you are the Divine Feminine watching this reading, and you don't have to be, it can be any configuration, you may find that you feel pulled or something, or you feel called to create change here, because they don't feel like they have the position to ask you to shift gears here. They think that you're very dedicated to whatever position you're in right this moment. And with the Movement of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, it does talk about a patience and a focus that they have, waiting for that transformation, waiting for the transformation to take full force and sink in for you, and to start to produce fruit. Because the Seven of Pentacles is all about waiting to reap the benefits of what we've harnessed or what we've grown into the situation. And so they're in this period of waiting for you to see the spiritual truths and act upon them. And they feel like it's destiny too. That's the other one thing. They're not ready to give up here. They feel like it's destiny, the two of you. But they also think that there's a positionary problem that lies in the balance that gets in the way of the destiny. And it feels very karmic over here. And there's the truth of it. Six of Cups and the Earth Mother, the Divine Feminine. They want reunions, but they're waiting. They're patiently waiting for the right time to have that reunion come full circle. Unrequited love says there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. I've never liked the bottom of this card. I've often said that. I don't like the writing on it, but I do like the unrequited love message. I don't think it was unrequited. I think the two of you chased each other around. And it was the ego that kept you both from leaping into emotion and expressing yourselves. But there was a huge, great attraction that was and still is in existence in this connection. Back of the deck says finances and career are a factor right now. And we do have the Seven of Pentacles as the major obstacle with the Eight of Pentacles. So you may find that it's a karmic situation involving your career, your home, that lies in the balance that creates the obstacle towards more. Because the Five of Swords does really speak of, you know, an obstacle that, or a situation that if I act upon it, will create havoc for everyone involved. And they don't want to create havoc for you or for themselves. Yeah, there's the Tower moment. So they're being patient, Seven of Pentacles, so that that tower doesn't fall too drastically for you or for themselves. They could be worried about financial downfalls or your financial downfall throughout this process. Please take that as it resonates. How do they truly feel for pile 2 right this moment, please? Don't give up on us. The endurance of the horse. Please don't give up on this connection. I'm patiently waiting for the completion of a cycle. And that's why there's this crescent moon on the forehead of the horse. It's like they're patiently waiting as an outside observer for the completion of one of your karmic cycles to wrap up. I'm haunted by us. says, I'm coming forward with an offer, but they're being tentative about when that offer is going to pop in and when it's going to show up for you. I don't know how to fix things. And I feel like they can't fix things because it's outside of their realm. But you consume my thoughts. Back of the deck says, I know that you're my soulmate. I know that you're my soulmate. How are you truly feeling about pile 2, please? You make it easy to love you. And you do not know what you do to me. Mostly because they don't share it with you, and they never did. So that makes it difficult for us to feel confident when we are left guessing. Every song that I hear about is about you. It brings to mind that old saying that if every single person you ever met in your entire lifetime, alive or dead, was in one room, who would you look for? And you are this person's person. They would look for you. I pretend I don't care, but I do. And back of the deck says, we are not on the same level. I do not deserve you. We did see the unrequited love energy too. So they do feel like you were out of their league. And that could have been why they didn't act in the past either. How are they currently feeling? What are their true feelings for pile number 2, please? We have claw. Be careful. Do not take risks. And they're acting very tentatively towards the future. They're moving very slowly towards reunions or the hopes of more. They don't want to cause havoc for you or for themselves. Coins, money will be coming to you, and the coins in this connection is really speaking to practical growth, practical positions, and the reasons why there is a hesitation towards coming towards you in a very forceful or determined way. We have man, dealings or relationships with a man. You may be the divine feminine who is already in a karmic situation. And we have ant, work, achievement, and success. The ant, again, self-sacrifice. They feel like the divine feminine here could be the one sacrificing her emotional desires for practical reasons. And there's something about surviving the opinions of other people as well. That could create obstacles or havoc or fears of change. Even backup deck says weeping willow, family sorrow. So the divine feminine here could be a part of a family unit. Your person could be as well. That's why the movement of pentacles is really moving so slowly, because there's a plan in place, and now we need to see it through for other people. But there's a transformation that's already sort of begun within this person with the butterfly, and they're hoping that that extends to you and your experience in the future. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Pile number 2. Will this person make contact? That's the question we're asking of the bowl with the teeny tiny tarot today. Will this person make contact in the future? In the bowl today, 3 of Cups reversed, which is interesting. That was reversed in the first bowl as well. Page of Cups and the Knight of Wands. For someone watching, this person could end up popping in out of the blue for you, or you may run into them. It's like you're not prepared for a reunion. It wasn't planned, but it's like an unexpected run-in with this person. It is just going to do nothing but fuel the fire. So we're dealing with the Knight of Pentacles here, but all of a sudden the Knight of Wands is in the bowl. So it's going to fuel some of that energy. So I feel like an accidental meeting might be in store for you in the future, in 2022, potentially. But it feels unexpected, and it feels like it's rife with like emotion. Like they may not even be alone, or you might not be alone. It might not be a emotional fulfilling experience, and it's just going to sort of spark more. We have why. Why are we going through this? We have W and I. We have here the owl, looking at things from a higher perspective. Air energy as well with the owl. I think about Aquarius, Gemini. We have the Rose of Hope. And love on a foundation. And I see the love on a foundation when we do have institutions like marriages in place. So please take that as it resonates. We have here the King of Swords, someone who is trying to be logical. Again, very strong Libra energy in the bowl. We have a little sheltie dog. We have a nursing cap, so a hospital or nursing connection. We also have here the dragonfly. We started with the transformation of the butterfly here. And that's what sort of starts the process of transformation. It starts inside as a spark. And then ultimately, when we feel that we need to extend that transformation to our outward experience, that's when we need to become hungry for change and we start to put in the practical steps towards our goals. All right, group number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to subscribe to this soul family of ours. And if you do subscribe, please be sure to drop me a comment and hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check me out on Instagram, and I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I do hope that you come back here for another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a very beautiful day. Hello everybody, in pile number 3, you are drawn to the ladybug and the rabbit card, and this is your reading. The person on your mind, what are their true feelings for you right this moment? We are starting here with the ladybug, which is a symbol of good luck. And then we have the rabbit, which is this symbol of someone who's fearful. They could be watching you too, because it's a very self-aware creature. It's always kind of aware of its surroundings. And there's nerves associated with how they feel. It's excitement though, it's fire, because they do sort of have curiosity about where this path could lead with you. So let's take a look at the tarot and see what are their current feelings and thoughts about you. Pile number 3. There's a lot of curiosity about the rabbit and a lot of unknowns, you know, about it sort of represents the Page of Wands for me, of like fiery, youthful energy, wanting to leap into unknowns with you. What are their current feelings? How are they currently feeling truly for pile 3? What are they currently feeling for pile number 3, please? What are their true feelings for pile number 3? We're starting with the Wheel of Fortune. And I love this Wheel of Fortune. I just think it's beautiful. I don't know if this lighting does it justice, but there's this beautiful sense of destiny, of unknowns, of excitement with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like set in terms of events in our favor here. And it talks about being fated. Wanting to, there's a Phoenix, King of Wands, 8 of Cups. Do you know what it feels like? It feels like this person has recently detached from something. It feels like they're on a new course. And along that new course opens up possibilities for them, and they're exploring possibilities from the past that they didn't explore. Yeah, I don't want to use a term like a rebound type of situation, and I don't think it's that immediate, but it feels like this person is sort of moving out of some realm and hoping to revisit. It's like they just recently detached from something that was no longer fulfilling them, and now they're starting this new exploration. There's the Judgment, and that involves you, because with the Judgment is this desire for rebirths and new beginnings and fresh perspectives and fresh starts. It's like learning from the past so we can go into a bright new future. And sometimes, you know, it really is a reflection of how we do that sometimes, especially if we end something that's profound or has taken a lot of our energy. We have this new pathway ahead of us, and because the unknown is scary, we oftentimes will start looking backwards. We'll start looking at past opportunities that have eluded us. We'll start looking at pathways that we chose not to walk down in the past. And that familiarity makes us feel safe, you know, even when we're feeling sort of raw and in need of healing, and we're kind of starting back at square one, we sometimes look into the past because that feels like a safe realm. And that could be what sort of this person has stemmed or sparked all of this desire when it comes to revisiting this connection, because it does feel like a revisit. And I feel like they've just gone through some major shifts in their life and to their position. But I feel like they're happier because of those shifts, if I'm honest. It feels like it. Look at the phoenix here. Rising out of the ashes is this beautiful spark of life. It's like a revisit, a second chance. And it's like, I don't want to waste this opportunity. If I get that chance, I wouldn't waste it. And that's what they think about too, is that I may have missed a fated route for myself. And if I get another go at this, I'm not gonna waste my chance this time. Can I clarify the wheel, please? The Five of Swords. Woo! We have an explosion along with the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this person has recently had a big shift in their life, a very big practical shift here. And I think that that's really what stopped them from acting towards you in the past, was they already always had this feeling, this inclination, this desire, this burning flame for you, but it was their position that got in the way. And that position I don't feel is in the way anymore. They've had epiphanies, they've risen above that situation. And it's like they're ready to take their masks off when it comes to you. This is by far a very optimistic group compared to the other two piles. Because they're like saying, I see it clearly now. After this period of disconnect, it took some time. It took other experiences. I see things clearly now. And I want that path to lead me to you, is what it really feels like. The Six of Wands is talking about how they hope that this connection can bring them to victory. It is sort of as a support to the Judgment, which does talk about how they're feigning a little bit of confidence. They're not exactly feeling 100% confident. But they're really reflecting upon where they went wrong with you. Oh, here's the King of Cups. Back of the deck is the Two of Wands, and we have the Six of Swords. And here's the Six of Cups reversed. The thing that they're stuck on right now, this person, is that they're worried that reunions with you, that it's naive of them to think that you feel the same way. Because ultimately what they're healing, their reflection has led them to, is this really strong sense of love, of victory, sort of leading them to this point. It's like leading them to this epiphany of, you know, with time, with patience, we can grow this into something so profound. But they're worried that you're not feeling that intensity, that you're not matching their frequency, or that it's all in their mind. Sometimes their ego comes in over the top to try to convince them that it's all in their mind, to keep them in a state of fear when it comes to acting towards you. But they have so many things that are left unsaid. The Six of Swords is this problem they've had, this issue with not speaking up in the past, and how it's like, I'm ready to transition. I will say this, it's very sort of rife with potential energy in the future. This Two of Wands, it's like these sparks, all of these thoughts. What they now just need is a practical approach. They need a practical approach. Let's clarify that. Can we clarify the Two of Wands, please? How do they truly feel right this moment? They're holding out hope that there's more. They don't want it to be an over situation here. We have, yeah, they want reunions with you. And they feel like it's like due. It's like it's owed to me, that this is meant to be. And what I love about this Justice card is you can see that the lines are balanced here. It's like I've handled the position that may have created an obstacle towards a reunion here. And now it's just my mind's eye, my emotions that need to catch up. My practical steps need to catch up to keep this flame fueled. And that's where they're falling short. That's where they're worried. Because wanting you is one thing, taking the necessary steps towards that is another, because they're not sure if their love is going to be reflected back. But here's the Queen of Cups, and she's holding a mirror. They're so convinced that, here's the Nine of Swords, they're fearfully convinced that you don't feel the same way. But truly, she's holding up a mirror. It's like, my feelings are going to be reflected right back at you. But they're tentatively hoping for more here. And they may actually make moves. Will this person move forward, Spirit? Will they come forward in the future? Queen of Swords. They may be waiting for the divine, yeah, I think that they're waiting for the divine feminine. This Knight of Swords, it's like once this sort of bridge is gapped, once they have the confidence that you feel even remotely the same way, I feel like they would let the floodgates open. They come charging in with this feeling, with this emotion. But until they're certain, because they're very intimidated by the divine feminine here. If you were asking about the divine masculine, they're very intimidated by the divine feminine here. But once we create that system of vulnerability, all of a sudden the floodgates open and they're willing to sort of come in over the top and be like, me too, me too. How do they truly feel right this moment? Trust. The situation is calling you to have faith. And that's where they're lacking, is the faith in themselves or the faith in what they have to offer you. We have new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So they could be worried that you have entered into another relationship. I feel like they have made a certain switch to their own current position. I feel like they could be coming out of a relationship, or they're just preparing themselves for some sort of union with you. We have this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And that's what they think about. It's like, I'm on a new course now, and this person could be my truth. This person could lead me to victory here. With the sun, it's like, keep your head high and follow the sun, and that's what they want to do. They want to keep their head high and follow you. You could be a Leo energy here with this Queen of Wands, or some sort of fire energy. So take that as it resonates. How are they truly feeling right this moment for pile number 3, please? What are their true feelings right this moment for pile 3? The longing eats away at me. And my light did just go out, but that was getting low. So don't take that as gospel towards anything. You drive me crazy. And I really feel like that's all still the case with the rabbit. You know, that's the Page of Wands. It's fire energy. It's potential. It's excitement, physical excitement. I don't want anyone to get hurt. And that card always comes up for me when third parties are in place. So please take that as it resonates to your situation. I do feel like this person is has either detached from a third party or is in the process of moving on from a third party or a foundation. I'm forever yours, but the thought of you with someone else drives me crazy. And the back of the deck says, I didn't realize I loved you. This ace of, or this sun card, I didn't realize I loved you until it was too late, until you had already perhaps entered into another relationship. How are they currently feeling for you? How do you truly feel for pile number 3? I wish that we could turn back time. And I hear Cher's voice in my head now every time. And that song will now be stuck in my head for the rest of the day, probably. Can we start over? Is it possible for us to turn back the wheels of time and go down an old path that we should have explored before? Is that path still open to us? Has it grown over? Can we try again? This person's, I'm telling you, they are keen on making moves. You are so attractive to me. And the back of the deck says, but I'm afraid that you won't like the person that I've become. What if you don't like who I've grown or evolved into? And those are sort of the questions, the insecurities that we have to face when we're heading into a new beginning, or when we're heading into some more potential. How are they truly feeling for pile number 3, please? We have Star, guaranteed success. We have the Star of Aquarius here as well. They could be an Aquarius perhaps, but they still have hope. They have still hope, and there's still perhaps healing involved, because we do have the Four of Swords, and we're leading into the Star of Aquarius. So they're in the process of reflection. They're in the process of regrouping in some way in their life. We have Rabbit, and we have the Rabbit. I love that. Too much concern with sexual matters. Very much curious about you in the sexual realm as well. We have Rat. Someone is working against you or behind your back. So if there is third party on your end, they don't want to be that. They feel like there's like obstacles in the way on your end. We also have here Fly, a period of ill health and depression in association with the lead up to all of this reading, or to the energy here. And I will say this, they did come out with the Eight of Cups. Up from where they're transitioning from, they were not feeling fulfilled. They were not feeling happy, And so it could be even moving forward as far as from a depression, from an illness of that kind. Back of the deck says torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And that torch is the flame that still burns for you. And I, just like I always say, the torch, the flame needs to be fueled. But I feel like they want to fuel it. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Group 3. Will this person step forward in the future? In the bowl today for group number 3 with the teeny tiny tarot, will this person step forward into the future, or step forward in the future? We have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the 8 of Cups reversed, and we have the 7 of Swords reversed. The 7 of Swords is reversed, which does talk about things coming to light or being found out, wanting to make amends too for past mistakes that they feel like they made in this connection that led the two of you to the disconnect. There could be a financial concern that this person is dealing with right this moment, but they're definitely dealing with sort of feeling like they're on the outside of your experience. And I feel like they're sort of watching and waiting for perhaps this to wrap up. Because I feel they've removed themselves, but they may be waiting for you to remove yourself from some situation that doesn't allow you movement or allow you freedom to act. Now, we do have the 8 of Cups reversed in the future position. And that's really talking about someone who has fully learned from their past, who wants to return to the past, who wants to return home to you so they can revisit what steps they sort of, the steps that they wish they had changed. It's like they do all of these energies. Can we try again? Can we start over? I wish we could turn back time. That's what they're really hoping for. So if they do reach out, it's like they want a do-over, which is not necessarily possible. It's going to require some adaptation because we've grown, we've evolved, and whatever has brought us to this point, we need to apply a new force to create change. But I feel like that's what they really want to share with you, is that they learned from the past. They want to share that information. We have R in the bowl today, the letter J. These could be initials for your person or for you. We have F as well. We have the butterfly of transformation, which started inside. It always starts in an interior sense, that butterfly. We have a C too, little C. We have a forget-me-not. We do have the paperclip, which could be a work or school connection for this person. We have the white. I love this because you know what? It's the white seahorse. I have some different colored seahorses in my charm bowl, and one of the seahorses came up today as a black seahorse, which is going with the flow, release. This particular one is white though, because there's still hope. There's still hope. And even the top of the key looks like a flower, a rose of hope. It talks about the prisons that we put ourselves in. It's how we confine our feelings in the past of this connection, but we are the key to opening up that prison. And we have a commandment from the Bible that says, honor thy father and thy mother. So there could be children involved or a family unit, so take that as it resonates. All right, group 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section, and I would love for you to join our beautiful soul family here. If you do subscribe to the channel, be sure to hit your like button, your notification bell, and drop me a comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I also offer a chance to win a free mini read on Instagram, and I offer private readings through my Etsy account, and that link is below. But I hope that you come back here for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day.